Looks pretty good, huh? Even with the gunfire.
It's April, we're in the hills of Iowa, so it's windy. Let's go see if we can find some cover.
I'm back in the Loess Hills, northeast of the town of Mondament, little tiny town. I've never explored this section of the state forest, so I thought, why not? Before I brought my big pack, I went on a little exploratory hike.
I think this will be home sweet home.
Found lots of potential spots. But they had to protect me from the wind. And they had to be flat. I think I did pretty good. I put up my tent. It might rain, but I'm more concerned about the wind, which is forecast to continue all night long and into tomorrow with strong gusts. And for whatever reason, I decided to put up my tarp as well. It's my little covered front porch. We shall see if it holds up in this wind. Nonetheless, it was fun putting it up. It was like building a fort. I had a good time. Dinner tonight. Ultra comfort food, man. It's gonna take a while to cook. I'm gonna have to get it started sooner than later. We're having northern white beans with smoked ham hock. I brought some sourdough bread. Simple but delicious. But it needs some cooking time. I did pre-soak the beans last night. Luckily, I can't feel much of the wind. A breeze sneaks through once in a while, but I got a nice stand of cedars just to my south, which is where the wind is coming in from. Nice grassy area, it's dry. In the woods, it's pretty damp. It's pretty soaked, actually. We've got a lot of rain the past week. Typical spring weather. Pretty dramatic, and I love it. Thanks for coming with me. Truly. I appreciate you. I know these things are silly, but I just couldn't resist. Brought back memories when I would buy a big one of these and light it in the backyard during winter while the kids were playing. And I'd heat up a kettle of hot water for their hot chocolate. And I thought, well, why not? You tend to burn for a while. If it burns for an hour or so, well then heck yeah. Oh, how about some wine? If you thought I'd bought this really nice bottle of Cabernet because I love the label, you would be correct. And the name, Method. Yeah, that just sounds nice. So surely this is a nice bottle of wine. An expert I am not. But I'm not picky. That little, I don't know what it's called, the Swedish candle or Swedish torch or whatever it's called. That's working out pretty well. That's definitely not ultralight camping equipment there. I suppose you could make your own, but that would require skills that I do not possess. Yeah, it's cheesy, but it's fun. I learned to put the cork back. Last camping trip, I lost a half a bottle of wine. It tipped over. Okay. Cheers. Oh, that is. That's good. Yeah. The wind's starting to die down. But it's forecast to pick back up around 1 or 2 a.m. and be gusty and last all day tomorrow. So I'll take this little break. If it was going to be windy this evening, I was debating whether I should even have a fire. Although the ground is pretty wet, we've received a lot of rain this past week. I'm not a fan of having a big campfire when it's windy, regardless. But it's calm now, so that's not an issue. I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. I love wherever I go in the Loess Hills. There's just new things to see. Welcome to Iowa. Look at that. Looks pretty good, huh? Even with the gunfire. Someone's having a good time. There you go, man. Look at that. Smoked ham hock. I already trimmed it off the bone. Northern beans. I left it on there over 2 hours. I was a little nervous if those walls would have collapsed. Here would have went my dinner. And I didn't bring much of a backup for today. So it worked out. It worked out. Gonna try some of this ham hock. I love it all. I love the chewy bits, the tender bits, just everything. Now let's try it with the beans. Really good. Really good. It was worth the wait. Excellent dinner. I forgot to load new movies. Friday the 13th it is. Morning. Oh, I just had a light breakfast, some yogurt topped with granola and pomegranate seeds, which is delicious. Pomegranate seeds is great trail food. It's a great topping for yogurt or in a trail mix. I love it. I slept pretty good, not bad. Not the best. I woke up several times, but I went right back to sleep after each time. It was a little warm. I opened up my vestibule and just kept my screen door closed and slept on top of my bag for most of my night. Not quite ready for that. I would have brought a much lighter sleeping bag had I known. Spring is here. Some of you might be wondering why I need a tarp along with a tent. Many people even ask me why I prefer tarp camping over tent camping. I have something that I call a tarp theory. And the theory goes as such, that when camping under the limitations of a tarp, the levels of happiness are usually greater than if you tent camp alone. First off, the tarp that I set up on this trip as a front porch really didn't protect me much from the elements. Had it rained, this tarp would have been useless and I would have had to take shelter inside my tent. And as you can see, it really doesn't block the wind. So why use it? And why go to all that effort? I mean, it took me 45 minutes, an hour maybe, to set this up. And I know a lot of campers think that is ridiculous because they buy tents that are easily set up in a matter of a few minutes. And I get that. I'm not criticizing them. But you see, when I sit here under my tarp as a front porch, it has the same effects of a front porch on a house. Whatever happened to those front porches? They fell out of vogue and we replaced them with a privacy fence in our backyard and a deck. It was designed to keep the view out of sight because the view might not be that inspirational. But front porches, on the other hand, don't have a fence traditionally. They allow the surroundings in. They allow you to see what's in front of your house. And they frame that view. Sometimes when I don't have a front porch on my tent, the view can be a little bit overwhelming, especially with a bright sky. But this tarp frames my view. It actually helps me let it come into focus. It frames it with the guidelines and the roof line and the poles. When I sit here, I feel not just secured, but more relaxed. It gives me a place to put my chair and sit and relax and enjoy my wine or my coffee or just a bottle of water. This front porch helped make my time camping a lot more enjoyable than if I had just stayed in my tent. And I get tent camping. I get at times it feels great to have a little cocoon to crawl into and keep the wind and the weather out and
just have a little nest to sleep. I get that. And I certainly have enjoyed it the last few trips. But when I have a front porch with a tarp, it makes it just a little bit better. And that's my tarp theory. I hope you enjoyed this little outing as much as I did. Until I see you next time, take care of yourself, and I'll see you later.